Hi, it's Tiara and Jonathan with Passionate Patents, and today we are going to start doing Stay Home Parent Saturdays. So we could be talking about life with Juliet, life as parents, a bit of our marriage before we had Julie, just whatever we want to talk about though, but we're going to call it Stay Home Parent Saturdays. So what do you want to talk about first?
Go for it.
Let's talk about when we met. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, so Jonathan and I both were working for McDonald's at the time in West Tennessee. I was in Jackson, he was in Memphis, and I was going to the company picnic, and they had karaoke, and I loved karaoke. Like, that was my thing in college. So I sung the song If I Were a Boy by Beyonce, and lo and behold, Mr. Jonathan was there, and he did karaoke too. So I immediately was like, ooh, who is this guy? Like, ooh, there's a young guy. He looks good. He's singing.
You thought I was older dirt.
Yeah, I thought he was a little older, but he's not that old. He's only 1 year older than me. And so, anyway, I thought, look at this guy. Ooh, he looks nice. Didn't have on no wedding ring either, because, you know, we always look at that, you know, as women, single women at the time. So I was like, this boy here is cool. And he does karaoke. Cool. So immediately I'm drawn in. He changes the words to This Is How We Do It. It makes it about McDonald's. He was like, nobody does it like what'd you say? Nobody does it like McDonald's.
I don't even remember. Dang.
This is how we do it. I don't know. Whatever it was, he did really good.
And nobody recorded that. I think one person said they did, but I never got a video, so I have no idea what I looked like on the stage.
So that was that, and came over and sat next to me at bingo. Or did I sit next? No, you came and sat next to me.
Yeah, y'all had a table with one spot open.
So he came over and sat next to me, and we played bingo, and I was flirting and stuff. I was like, oh, you got a bingo? You know, I'm touching.
Not.
Yeah, he didn't have a bingo, but I just wanted, I guess, to touch his hand. So.
Oh, you got a bingo! Oh.
So I got a free fill on his shoulder and hand. Anyway, we were leaving.
Out, so I had a little bit of muscle back then too.
So we were leaving, and the day was over, and I'm like, dang, I guess he's not going to ask for my number. But I knew that he was in Memphis, and I was going to be transferring to a McDonald's in Memphis. So I was excited, because I'm like, I'm going to see this guy again. And sure enough, walking out leaving, he stops me, and he's like, matter of fact, he waited till he got in his car and pulled up next to me and was like, hey there, or excuse me. What did you say?
I didn't say that. I don't remember what I said. I was like, hey, do you mind if I get your number? And she was like, oh, okay, 615, this, and that. Oh, wait a minute, that's not my number. And the first thing I thought, she's giving me a fake number. I'm not going to call it. And then she gave me the other number, and I, typed it in or whatever. And I was just like, yeah, it's probably fake. And this is going to be a waste of my time. But, it was fun while it lasted, all of that 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever it was. And then I went home.
So maybe 3 days passed, and he didn't call. But I remembered which McDonald's he worked for. So I called the store. I did, because I wanted to talk to him. And so I called the store, and he wasn't there. Now I thank goodness that he wasn't there, because I would have looked crazy. But I think he would have been okay with that. So he calls, and it was the right number. But there was a guy talking in the background. So he thought I had somebody, and I was just,
I'm getting played.
Lying to him that I guess I didn't have nobody. But it was my friend. And it was nothing. So we talked, and next thing I know, this guy was like, hey, I'm in Jackson. Send me your address. This was like maybe a week later.
Yeah, a week or two. Yeah.
Who does that? Who just says, hey, send me your address? I don't know you. And so.
But she gave me the address.
I gave her my address.
Oh, no, you stranger danger. Pull up.
So I came. I came home.
This is 2011, so this is before social media has made people complete stalkers and lunatics. So it's not as weird then, but now it'd be like,
yeah,
don't
do that now, ladies. Like,
no, do not.
Don't give
Please
somebody
don't.
your address.
No stalker vibes.
I don't care if you met them at the company picnic. Don't do it. But
nah, y'all can meet at another McDonald's.
Even though people vouched for him, like they was like, "Ooh, girl, I see you talking to Jonathan. You know who his daddy is," and blah blah blah. Anyway, so I thought he was a nice guy because clearly everybody vouched for him, his family. I gave him the address. So I come home. I'm smelling like McDonald's and fries and dehydrated onions. And I'm like, let me...
Them onions be so loud. If y'all never worked at a fast food restaurant, be thankful. Because dehydrated onions, the smell does not leave. If you ever have to put your hands in them, it's over with. Always wear gloves.
So I'm like, ooh, I need to hurry up and, try to get out these work clothes and hop in the shower and stuff real quick or whatever. So he gets there and we go see... What movie did we see? The
Lion King. I think they did a remastered version of the cartoon version.
They pulled it out the vault. And
pulled out the vault. Yeah, right.
So we did that, and then we went to
Olive Garden
and had a really nice date, and we just talked all night long. And then,
I think I took you in that night. All the signs were there. I just ignored them.
I do not know. Okay, so first of all, I was completely clothed. I had on clothes. But I didn't think he was going to say that out. I didn't think he was going to.
That's what happened after that. Nothing else happened. There was no funny business, no knocking boots, or none of that.
No
it wasn't an
nothing,
expectation at all.
So
it was just like, all right, I'm taking her back home. That's it. I'm going back to Memphis. I got a hour and a half, hour drive or whatever. It wasn't that bad.
Okay.
And she was just like, you mind tucking me in? And I'm like, okay. I just went along with it. I'm like, all right, no problem. Want to be taken care of, no problem. So I took her in the bed like a burrito, tucked in both sides, little kiss on the forehead. I'm like, all right, I'm out. And I'm sitting here thinking while I'm walking out the door, I was like, wait, she got to get out the bed to lock the door because I ain't got no key. I don't live here. I'm just visiting. So I think I left. And then when I got home, I messaged her. I said, did you lock the door? She said, yeah, I did. And I said, okay. So I really just tucked her in for fun. Why? I don't know. But she seemed to enjoy it. So I didn't say nothing. I left it alone.
I got to use the bathroom.
Boy.
Wait a minute. I gotta use it. Pause it.
Break. And we are back from Watergate.
Okay. So, after that happened, I say maybe a few days later, he came back down. And what did we do before dinner? Do you remember?
I do not. I thought when I got there, the pizza was basically there.
Okay, so when we got there, I remember we hopped in the car and we went to go to
Pizza Hut.
Yeah. Jonathan's never had anybody buy him a meal before, a lady. And so I was like, well, I'm going to take care of the food this time. He was like, huh?
Yeah, so when you're a dude, you're used to the old school mentality, man always pays, and I think at this point she had offered before we even got to the point of them giving us the total for the pizza or whatever, and I was just like, I can't believe what's happening. I'm getting set up. Where the cameras at, Ashton? Like, is this punk? Because people don't do that. Women don't do that, or I just haven't run into the right ones beforehand. But buying my meal like as a date type thing hasn't happened before. So of course that blew my mind. Because prior to us, starting to date, I was single for like 2 years, give or take. Yeah, it's about 2 years that I wasn't really dating anybody exclusive. I wasn't hanging out with anybody like that. I was just like doing my own thing and just really figuring out what I wanted with myself and if I were to date somebody else, what would I want with them? And not to jump back in time a little bit, but it's funny. Because my dad at the time he was a field supervisor, so he's jumping around to a lot of stores in the middle Tennessee, West Tennessee.
For McDonald's.
For McDonald's at the time. and he would go to her store. And I think one time he came home and we talked on the phone and things like that. Me and my dad talk all the time. So he called and I was talking to him. He was like, "Hey, I think you need to meet this girl. She's real bubbly, real big personality and things. I think you might like her. It might balance out your, how you are, because." I'm not a negative Nancy, but I'm not bubbly. I'm just really mellow, laid back, chill. So it's like I won't speak unless spoken to. I don't really talk to strangers unless I feel the room out. I'm one of those just in the cut. And Tierra's like, put me on the stage, give me the mic. And I'm just like, yeah, you can do that. I'm not. So it was one of those yin and yang type things. So he remembered her name, and I looked her up on Facebook. This is back when Facebook was just becoming a little bit outside of college, because I first got on Facebook 2006, and it was all college oriented, and that was it. And then by 2011, they started introducing, I think high schools had started joining, and all this other stuff. So that was before it got as bad as it is now. But anyway, I looked her name up, and there was a profile picture with her and a young man. And of course, me in my immature state at the time, I was like, oh, no, I'm not dating somebody with a kid. I did a little bit of that before, and it never worked out, because you get attached to the kid, and then, if it doesn't work, you're mad at the parent, but you still want to be in the kid's life, but it's weird. So I was just like, no, I can't do it. I don't want to get attached. So I closed Facebook out, and I was like, that's it. I'm just going to be single, whatever. And that's when we go to the concert. I mean, not the concert, the company picnic. And then it was funny because before the karaoke thing, we locked eyes walking by, and it was just like, who's this light-skinned girl with these pretty brown eyes? Just, ooh. And everybody there, I was just like, yeah, I think I want to talk to her, but, I'm not the, I ain't got no game. I'm going to be straight up. I have zero game. It's just not there. I had friends that got game. They spit all these slick lines, and to me, it's always been super duper corny to run game, because it's like, people like that? And, it's like, if you make her laugh, you got it. And I'm like, I'm funny, but I can't run game. It's just not there. So I had no lines. I was just like, I think we nodded at each other and just kept walking by. And it was just like, that was weird. Just say hi.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, after the company picnic and everything, I think that day on my way home, I called my dad and I was like, hey, there's somebody at the picnic that she's beautiful. She's got brown eyes. I think she works in Jackson, because everybody at her table said they work in Jackson. I think she's at Christmasville. And he was like, yeah, that's the girl I told you about. I was like, what? That's the same girl? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, she's the one. She's awesome. I don't, should I call her? Do I wait? And he was like, what do you mean? I said, there's this weird thing about where you can't call nobody the same night, because then you look desperate. So I got to wait like 2 or 3 days or something, And he was just like, just call when you feel like it. And I'm just like looking at the phone like, so yeah, that was that. So fast forward to the whole Pizza Hut night. I can't remember how that night ended. I think it was the same way. I think I took her in a second time.
No, you didn't.
It was in Jackson, but I know I didn't stay the night. I think I asked, because I was going to sleep on the couch, but she was in the process of moving at that time. So
it was getting late, and I offered the couch because we just stayed up talking like all night again. And I said, do you want to sleep on the couch? And he was like, no, I can make it home. So he went home, and this time after that, he came back to help me move.
And I met her parents. That was the first time I met her mom and dad. And, her dad's a little bit taller than me, so it's kind of, a little intimidating some, because he's just like, who are you and what do you want to do with my daughter? I said, I just want to help y'all move right now. That's about it. She's cute.
So he helped me move, and got loaded up and got my stuff in storage, and whatever we needed, he was just like, I want to help. I'm here to help. So that was different to, meeting somebody that don't want nothing but to help.
Yeah, help without conditions. I didn't want nothing. I was just like, I'm gonna help you move, because when I came down to Jackson those 2 times, each time I came down, I saw more boxes. So that's when I was like, are you moving? She's like, yeah, I'm moving to Memphis, because she told me she was moving to Memphis at the picnic. So I was already aware. But the 2 times that I came down, that's when I saw the boxes, and I was like, all right, I don't mind helping, because here I am, 21, 22 at the time. Mm-hmm. And, I wasn't, no kids, no commitments anywhere else. So I got all this free time, So if I'm off one day, I'm in Jackson. Or if I'm off 2 days, I'm like, I got time. I can help you move, So it was just natural to me. It didn't bother me, and I don't even think her dad offered to give. I think he offered to give me some money for helping, but I told him I didn't want it because I was like, I don't want nothing. I'm just doing what I do, being nice.
Did you say that kid on Facebook wasn't my actual son?
Oh, I forgot all about that. So yeah, the kid that was on her Facebook page was her nephew.
Godson.
Godson.
I have a nephew.
Duh, I knew that.
Godson.
Her cousin's son, Xavier. And when I think I found that out, was it the second day?
He found out soon enough.
I found out soon enough, but I think at that time I didn't even care. After I had met her, I had forgot all about the kid. And then I think I asked her, I was like, "You got any kids?" She was like, "No." And I was like, "Oh, so who's that kid?" She's like, "That's my godson." I was like, "Oh, okay."
And he didn't have any kids either.
Cool.
So.
Team, no kids at 21. So, because not everybody, a lot of people I knew that from school and college, especially college. When I went to college, man, everybody their freshman year seemed like all of them had kids. And I was like, I got to go because I don't want no kids. I want kids. I always wanted kids. There was one thing I always wanted, but I was dead set on don't have no kids when you don't know what you're doing with yourself. Because I didn't know if I was going to stay at McDonald's. I had just got, my feet wet. I think I started in 2010. So by the end of 2011 is when I got promoted to assistant manager from swing manager. And I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. They might throw me around to 10, 15 stores. So I didn't want to, have a kid dragging them along, me doing all this stuff with a crazy schedule. Because McDonald's had me on morning shift, night shift, overnight, overtime, and it was crazy. So salute to the parents that have been in that situation and handle it with grace, because I don't think I could have at that time. But yeah.
So that's how we met. I hope you guys like this story. If you want us to talk about something, put it in the comments. We will be more than happy to talk about it. We're pretty much open books.
Yep.
So have questions, let us know. And this was really fun.
Yeah, there's definitely more stories, because this one, boy, we were supposed to go bowling one night, and I was just like, what is she doing?
Save that. We'll talk about that too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've been together. How long now, babe?
What, it's 2020, so 2011, 9 years?
9 years.
Almost 10. As a couple. So I think we made it official October 1st of 2011.
Yeah. We met August, I think the 19th, 2011, and we moved fast into wanting to
be exclusively
dating each other, and it's been fun. All right, that's that for today, and we will see you guys next time.
Peace.